There are no limits. This is one of the principles from my book, How to Get Your Shit Together. Now, you'll hear a lot of motivational speakers, self-help gurus, all of these sort of people saying that there are no limits. And obviously there are hard limits. Like there's no ifs and buts about it. Depending on your age, your gender, your looks, your personality, your natural inclinations, your upbringing, all of that sort of stuff, you're going to be limited in certain ways. However, it's important to realize that when we say there are no limits, it's not talking about the physical limits. It's talking about a mental state. If you can twist your mind to go, okay, I can actually achieve far, far, far more than I thought I could. I have no limits up here. That's what we're looking for. Think of every successful, famous person that you can think of. They all had reasons not to be successful. They all had problems in their past. They all had issues with family. You know, some of them had to overcome tremendous difficulties. A lot of them far worse than you, right? That's just realistic. If you look at the plethora of humanity, there are people that have it far worse than you that were able to achieve greatness. What separates them from you? Why can't you do what they do, right? And you can look this up yourself. Look up the story of any, Olympian, best-selling author, famous musician, right? They've all got their demons. They all had their cross to bear. They all took action regardless, right? So that means that you can too. It's just that it's hard to see that because you know your whole story. You know everything going on in your world, but you just see the person that was successful and go, oh, it was luck. They were in the right place in the right time, or they had it easier than me. Well, maybe, but with that mindset, you're never going to be great. If you just go, okay, well, woe is me. I had a bad past. I have these issues, therefore I can't. You're setting your own future. Now, I'm talking from a place of experience here. I moved out of home at 15 because my father was a drug addict and a drug dealer. I faced issues of neglect and sexual abuse and a whole bunch of other stuff that has left me mentally challenged and scarred, and it's been a long process to get to a place from barely surviving to where I'm trying to passionately thrive here. A lot of the work is mental, and a lot of the work is going, okay, although I feel like this, where can I get to? Okay, other people have gone through far more trauma than I have, and they've been far more successful than I am. What has happened? And what I've come to realize is that it's a mental shift. Like I said in a previous video, it's all on me. I have to take the effort and take those steps. I didn't like it, I didn't ask for it, I didn't want any of this to happen, but it did. Knowing what happened in my past, knowing that would impact me, I can now choose to continue down that path or choose to forge a different path. Now, I'm not saying mental health is a choice. I'm not at all saying that. What I am saying is to be aware of yourself, develop that self-awareness, work on yourself, and start contemplating or just making a different mindset, questioning your mindset. Why can't I do this? What's actually stopping me from pursuing my dreams? Other people have done it. Why can't I? And there will be an answer. And oftentimes the answer, 99% of the time, the answer is an internal block. You're afraid to risk something. You don't want to make a change because you've gotten yourself into a comfortable rut. You've have a learnt response of how to respond to authority figures, and that's hard to break, right? None of that's your fault, but it's what you're dealing with. When I say as a principle in the book that you have no limits, if you can accept that and step out of yourself and look at your life like you're looking at someone else's life, you'll be able to make better choices that will lead you to far more abundance and success. And the reason I know this is this. Do you know when you're talking to a friend or an associate or family member and the solution to their problems is blaringly obvious? If only they did X, Y, Z, that'd be fine. But they can't see it, or they can't accept that. But you can see it from the external perspective. The idea of that there is no limit is attempting to have a mindset where you can step back from yourself and go, okay, if I was looking at myself from the external, if I was looking at the problems that I'm facing and dealing with, if I was interviewing myself, if I was coaching myself, what advice would I give myself and how would I convince myself to take that advice? So for me, it's been a process of self-discovery, of accepting my own weaknesses, of accepting my own strengths, of cutting people off that were just toxic for me, that I thought I had to be friends with because that's what the idea of friendship was, or it was, working out that full-time work for me just does my head in. I can't survive full-time work at one place. So working out that I need a variety of different works, right? It's questioning the social and societal upbringing constructs and reapplying it. putting it back on myself, I have no limits other than the limits that I set upon myself. So like I said, this is one of the principles from my book, How to Get Your Shit Together. The principles that I'm going through in these sequence of videos talks about the sort of the overarching concepts, but the rest of the book has the how to. How do you develop that mindset? How do you meditate to be able to step back and detach? How do you cut the toxic people from your life? How do you do the things enabling you to detach and step back and believe and feel and know that you don't have limits other than the limits yourself? That's what the rest of the book talks about. Now, I'll put a link down below and you can read the chapters that I've put out for free. Like I said, I'm going to put out all the chapters of the book for free. But if you want to own a copy, if you want to have it all in one place, if you want to have that more convenience, you could buy a copy. It's out now as a paperback, ebook, and audiobook, How to Get Your Shit Together. And if you like these videos and you want some more, please like, share, and subscribe for daily bit of knowledge videos. Catch ya.